welcome you watching Republic TV with me, Akanksha Khajuria. And this evening, we bring you top 6 stories of the day, 6 stories that matter and 6 stories that you should know about. The focus, of course, is on the Prime Minister Modi's visit to China for the crucial SCO Summit. First visit in the last 7 years, a clear reset of ties between India and China. And next, all eyes are on the SCO meeting in China. And we will tell you what to expect from this crucial meeting, which will also be attended by Russia and Pakistan. And we'll also get you the ground report from Tianjin as well. And remember, before landing in China, Prime Minister was in Japan for 2 days. We'll tell you how the day 2 there looked like. And then to the big embarrassment for Donald Trump, as a court in the United States has called the tariffs illegal and unlawful. And back in India, the abuse politics has snowballed with the protests by the Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi and also in Lucknow. And lastly, another cloudburst in Jammu and Kashmir claimed 4 life in Ramban. Another day, another cloudburst in Jammu and Kashmir. We'll get you all the ground reports of the destruction as well. These are top 6 stories that we're tracking for you this evening. Let's get started. In fact, just a while back, Prime Minister Modi landed in China for the crucial SCO Summit. First visit after 7 years and first visit after the Galwan clash in 2020. China rolled out a red carpet for the Prime Minister as he received a rousing welcome from the Indian diaspora there with the chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai. And now all eyes are on Prime Minister Modi's meeting with the Chinese president there. Here's more. Now let me go across to senior editor Shravan Sen, who's been getting us every single detail as far as this crucial SCO Summit is concerned. So Shravan, as far as India-China relationship is concerned, there is in fact a thaw, but let's talk about the challenges as well, because this crucial visit by the Prime Minister comes in the backdrop of the Galwan clash that took 5 years back, and also the in fact aiding of China to Pakistan as far as the war is also concerned. So how is India planning to find a middle ground as far as that is concerned?
Well, Akanksha, first to answer your question with regards to can we really forget what happened in Galwan, and has India and China been able to reset their equations? Now, remember, this is not something that has been done momentarily. It has been done over a period of time. This has been a work in progress. The fact that there have been various working mechanisms, committees that were formed between both the countries, which have met not once but multiple times to find some sort of a resolution. Yes, whether at all they have been egged to accelerate this entire process of being able for the rapprochement, that cannot be denied at this point in time. Having said that, remember, there is no doubt about the messaging that has been done by Russia and China with regards to the fact that this is a new emerging world order where China, Russia and India play a very important, a crucial role. Before I get into more specifics of what are we to expect in the SCO Summit, in fact, let me just tell you, Akanksha, I'm basically standing outside the very hotel where just a short while back there was a grand welcome that was given to the Prime Minister. In fact, this was just behind me. I'm going to just quickly turn around and give you a sense of this entire area where we have essentially done the welcoming ceremony was done. In fact, joining me right now is Bharat. Bharat has been here for the last 20 years. He is an artist and he's been in Beijing all this while. He was present here. Bharat, बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद रिपब्लिक टीवी से बात करने के लिए. सबसे पहले तो आपसे जानना चाहूँगा, कुछ देर पहले एक ग्रैंड वेलकम प्रधानमंत्री के लिए. हर बार वो जब भी चाइना आए हैं, इंडियन डायस्पोरा हैज़ प्लेड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल, और इंडियन डायस्पोरा हर बार ये मानती है कि प्रधानमंत्री ने एक बहुत ही अहम रोल निभाया है दोनों देशों के रिश्तों के बीच में, और कहीं ना कहीं जिस तरह से पिछले कुछ सालों में वो टकरार जो दिख रही थी, लोग अभी भी ये सवाल कर रहे हैं कि क्या हम गलवान भुला के आगे बढ़ पाए।
हम बीजिंग के सभी लोग, हम चाइना में रहने वाले सभी लोग यही चाहते हैं, ये आशा करते हैं कि इस बार मोदी जी आए हैं तो दोनों देशों के जो संबंध हैं और अच्छे हों, और हम लोग मिलके हम दोनों देशों की जो जनसंख्या है इतनी ज़्यादा है कि हम दोनों जो मिलके बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं, और दोनों देशों के लोगों के लिए, दोनों देशों के गवर्नमेंट के लिए ये बहुत ही अच्छा एक, मुझे लगता है ये समिट जो है 2025 जो होगी, एक दोनों देशों को नज़दीक लाने का एक बहुत अच्छा एक जरिया रहेगा।
भारतीय समुदाय से जितने लोग यहाँ पे हैं, उनसे मैंने ये सवाल लगातार कि पिछले कुछ सालों में जिस तरह से हम भारत में ये देखते हैं कि चीन हमारा एनिमी है, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा कि पिछले कुछ साल यहाँ पर जो लोग थे, जितने भी भारतीय थे, उनके लिए क्या कुछ मुश्किल का दौरा था, कि आप मानते हैं कि कहीं जिस तरह से चल रहा था वैसा ही था पिछले कुछ साल?
इन पिछले कुछ सालों में और पहले सालों में कोई अंतर नज़र नहीं आया। यहाँ की पब्लिक ने, यहाँ की गवर्नमेंट ने कभी भी हिंदुस्तानियों को तंग नहीं किया। मैं यहाँ पर एज प्रोफेसर लगा हूँ, मुझे यहाँ पर जॉब है, मैं आर्टिस्ट हूँ, मैं आर्ट कॉलेज में पढ़ाता हूँ मास्टर्स को। उन लोगों का हिंदुस्तानियों के लिए एक बहुत ही स्पेशल उनका कनेक्शन है। अगर आप कहते हैं कि कुछ गड़बड़ हुई होगी तो शायद ये पॉलिटिक्स में होती होगी, लेकिन इंसान के बीच में हमने कोई कमी नहीं देखी, ना कोई चेंज आया। जब हमारे रिश्ते बदले तब भी किसी को कोई दिक्कत नहीं आई। इस देश के लोग बहुत ही शांत हैं, उन्होंने कभी भी किसी हिंदुस्तान को कम करते मैंने नहीं सुना आज तक। मैं इतने सालों से यहाँ पर हूँ। इट हैज़ बिन ऑलवेज स्मूथ।
एक आखिरी सवाल करना चाहूँगा भरत, क्योंकि जिस तरह से एक्सपेक्टेशन है, नेताएं अपने लेवल पे जो बात करेंगे वो अलग बात है, पर दूसरी बात होती है पीपल टू पीपल टाइज। और हमने लगातार देखा है कि जब भारत और चीन की बात आती है तो उसमें हम लोग सॉफ्ट पावर की बात करते हैं। आप जैसे आर्टिस्ट एक बहुत अहम रोल आप लोग निभाते हैं, तो आपसे जानना चाहूँगा कि क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस रहेंगे, क्योंकि भारत में कई लोग बोलते हैं कि क्या हम चीनी लोग को ट्रस्ट कर सकते हैं?
चीनी लोगों की आप बात कर रहे हैं। चीनी लोग, मैंने अभी बताया कि दे लव इंडिया। वाई? क्योंकि जो इनका बुद्धिज़्म है, जिसमें विश्वास करते हैं, जिसमें इन्होंने विश्वास किया है इतने 2000 साल से, वो हिंदुस्तान से आया है। So they love that country, they love those people, they love India. This is in their heart. But I have got from so many Indian friends, so many Chinese friends altogether. Indian friends भी यही बोलते हैं, जो भी यहाँ पर आया उन्होंने यही पाया कि चीनियों के मन में हमारे हिंदुस्तान के लिए बहुत प्यार है, बहुत इज्जत है। There is no doubt.
Thank you very much, Bharat. In fact, you've heard what people who have been staying here in Beijing have largely to say with regards to the expectations that they have from the SCO Summit, because they have been maintaining one thing. And I've spent here for the last 48 hours, and Akanksha, the sense that I've got, at least from the Indian diaspora and some of those Chinese who have been, have had trade links with India, they are certainly hoping that we will not only be able to resume our ties, we will be able to take it a notch further.
Absolutely. In fact, the Indian diaspora is quite happy there. We saw how Prime Minister received a rousing welcome with the chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai. But Shravan, do also tell us about the SCO Summit. The next 2 days are going to be very crucial. What can India expect and the Indians expect in the next 2 days?
Well, in terms of expectations, the first crucial meeting, that's the bilateral talk between Chinese President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which is scheduled around 9 o'clock in the morning, Beijing time. In fact, that meeting is scheduled for roughly about 40 minutes. The other key meeting that's going to take place is between Russian President Vladimir Putin as well as Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These two are key bilateral meetings that are going to take place. Everyone is essentially looking forward to one thing, that is the joint declaration. The statement, will it basically make any mention of cross-border terrorism? Because in the past, they've never been able able to come to any sort of conclusion as far as cross-border terrorism is concerned. India is very, very clear as far as its position is concerned. India certainly wants that all the nations to basically come together and speak on one voice when it comes to cross-border terrorism. As far as China is concerned, China's messaging has been a little different altogether. China essentially has projected this entire forum as something that has been it's China-led, and they have set the agenda. That's the messaging that has come across. At least that's the sense that I've got from attending several of these briefings that have taken place over the last 48 hours, and the conversations that I've had with the Chinese authorities here. All of them essentially indicating, pointing towards one direction, that it is a China-led, and perhaps it's the new world order, where China and India would play a very, very important role. And of course, if you've seen what the Russian president had also indicated in the interview that he gave to a Chinese news agency, where he once again narrated the fact that no longer can the Western hegemony exist.
Absolutely, and all eyes now will be on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese President's crucial meeting. Senior editor Shravan Sen reporting there from the ground in Tianjin in China. Thanks so much for all the details. And now we're shifting our focus because it's the biggest SCO summit yet. All eyes are on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first visit to China in over 7 years. This high-stakes meeting comes as India and China continue to ease the tensions following the deadly border clashes. Remember that took place in 2020, and the two leaders were last seen on the same stage at the BRICS summit last year in Kazan in Russia, and now in China, where this crucial SCO summit will take place. As you saw, our senior editor Shravan Sen continues to remain live from China. Take a look at what can we expect in the next 2 days as far as the SCO summit is concerned.
What are the things that we are looking forward to in the SCO summit? Will there be a trilateral between President Xi Jinping, Prime Minister Modi, and President Putin? Secondly, will there be a strong remark as far as the tariff war is concerned?
अपने किसानों का हित सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता है। भारत अपने किसानों के, पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा। और मैं जानता हूं, व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं।
Third, how exactly will India and China take forward their relationship? There is gaining momentum that we are essentially witnessing right now. There is a talk of enhanced cooperation as far as trade is concerned. These are some aspects that are going to be dealt upon as far as the SCO Summit is concerned, and the bilateral between President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi. And of course, with Russian President Vladimir Putin also coming in, it's also going to be how exactly will the war in Ukraine really pan out? Will it continue, or it is the route through New Delhi which is going to decide the future of Ukraine? All this and much more that's expected in the SCO Summit. I'm going to get you a 360-degree coverage from the northern city, port city of Tianjin coming up tomorrow.
And now shifting our focus to the United States, in a major blow to President Donald Trump's trade policy, the court there has called Donald Trump's tariff illegal and unlawful, and this comes in the backdrop of US imposing 50% tariff on India as well. So now it remains to be seen how and what he has to say on this court ruling. Here's more.
In a major legal setback for President Trump's trade policy, the US Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit struck down a large part of the president's tariff program, ruling that the International Emergency Economic Powers Act does not give the White House authority to impose broad duties on imports. In a 7-4 decision, the judges made it clear that the power to levy tariffs lies with Congress and not the president. The ruling means Trump's tariffs on thousands of foreign goods are deemed unlawful. But the duties will remain in place until mid-October as the administration prepares to take the fight to the Supreme Court. Soon after the decision by the US Appeal Court, President Trump immediately lashed out at the decision, calling the court highly partisan and insisting that for now, all tariffs are still in effect. The judgment only covers tariffs issued under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Other duties imposed under separate laws such as on steel, aluminium and automobiles remain untouched. Legal experts say that the administration may try to shift strategy, possibly invoking the 1974 Trade Act. Though that law restricts tariff increases to 15% and only for a limited time. For now, America's trade partners in global markets are watching very, very closely as the fate of billions in tariffs rests on what could become a landmark showdown at the US Supreme Court.
A political controversy has erupted in India. What began as a rally in Bihar 2 days back has now snowballed into a nationwide controversy. Alleged abusive remarks against Prime Minister Modi and his late mother during Rahul Gandhi's Voter Adhikar Yatra have sparked widespread outrage, triggering protests, arrests and escalating war of words between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress Party as well. There were protests in Lucknow and the national capital today by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Here's more.
The political row over alleged abuses hurled at Prime Minister Narendra Modi during Rahul Gandhi's Voter Adhikar Yatra in Bihar has intensified. Protests have been organized across India over the alleged derogatory remarks against Prime Minister Modi and his late mother. In Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Bihar, BJP has taken to the streets to protest.
You see, this is the protest, a march which is led by BJP people protesting against the foul language which was used by Congress workers. They are protesting against everything that they have said, the abusive language that was used against Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his mother. This is the protest. A lot, hundreds of supporters, BJP supporters, have collected here with lots of chants and placards. You can see that they're showing their support in forms of chants and placards. They've collected here near the ITO, and this march is supposed to lead towards the Congress headquarters. It's going to start from here and would lead to the Congress headquarters.
In Bihar, protesters were seen carrying signs saying Bihar won't tolerate insults to a mother. Flags raised, shouting slogans, the protesters demand an apology from Congress. But Congress has shifted blame, claiming the man hurling abuse was an agent of BJP. Meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has slammed Congress and its leader Rahul Gandhi. He claimed that instead of apologizing for the alleged abuses against Prime Minister Modi during the voter Adhikar Yatra in Bihar, they are trying to politicize the matter.
कांग्रेस तो माफी मांगना दूर, उल्टा एक मध्य प्रदेश का कोई व्यक्ति को सामने लाके कि ये जो घटना हुए उनको एक पॉलिटिकल कलर देने का भी कोशिश कर रहा है। बिहार सरकार ने जो व्यक्ति इसका साथ इन्वॉल्व है उनको अरेस्ट भी किया है और जो कैंडिडेट थे नौशाद उनको भी ढूंढ रहा है।
Police have claimed that the two people, including the man who allegedly hurled the abuses, have been arrested. As the protests intensify with abuses thrown, politics has touched a new low.
Another day, another landslide in Jammu and Kashmir. After Kiswar and other districts there has been a cloudburst in Ramban in the last 24 hours in Jammu and Kashmir. At least 4 people have been killed in the landslide, and we are learning that the rescue operation is currently underway to find those who are still missing. Have a look.
Monsoon fury continues to wreak havoc in Jammu and Kashmir. At least 4 people were killed after a cloudburst triggered flash floods in Jammu and Kashmir's Ramban district.
Ramban's Rajgarh has witnessed a cloudburst during the night, and that cloudburst has consumed 4 lives and 1 is still missing, for which now the rescue operations are on. These are the visuals from Rajgarh, Ramban, where you see the special forces, the troops have been mobilized. We are seeing the SDRF, the local administration, the Ramban police trying to locate the one who's missing. As of now, 4 dead bodies have been recovered and they've been just taken for the burial. So these are the scenes from the Ramban, where this has also become to somehow that no-go zone for many, because this again has witnessed the landslide at multiple places.
We all know that weather here has been a spoil spot, and we have been witnessing a series of disturbances in weather climatic conditions also. So we have been warning people about the do's and don'ts by making announcements, by sharing our numbers, but still weather has its own fury, and unfortunately in the midnight it happened here also, and that has taken a toll. So far we have lost 4 lives and 1 is missing.
Police, State Disaster Response Force and other agencies are on the ground, and rescue operations are underway to locate 1 missing person. Another day, another tragedy in Jammu and Kashmir.
And this is all we could pack for you in this bulletin. Coming up on the other side is Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor with more details on the crucial SCO Summit. Prime Minister has landed in China, and all eyes will be on that crucial meeting between Prime Minister and the Chinese President. Keep watching Republic TV. Goodbye.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.